Howdy folks, it's Saturday, December 8, 2018. We're at 5846 Hobie Lane. I've been working on a variety of things today, not the least of which is putting in some switches. So this is a switch box and it's going to be for a three-way switch, which means that those lights, when I put them in, can be turned on in two different places. This is a three-way switch. There's your ground. There's, I guess they call it the common wire. Jeff has marked the common wire for me by having it twisted in a circle. So I always know that that goes on the black, and then there's a red and a black, and they can go on either of these brass screws. Now when the drywallers come through, they generally do a pretty darn good job. But you see, like here, there's a little bit of drywall, and here you can see there's quite a sizable chunk. And see, I just twisted it off, and it just makes more room in the box for the wires. Now, I told you that's a ground. And then Jeff has, these are the three wires that'll get hooked up to the switch. And what I'm looking for is which one of these black ones is the curled wire. And it's this one. So that, once I strip off the ends, will go on the bottom of that light switch in that black, on that black screw. So today, amongst other things, I've put in, let's see, 2, 5, 7, 8, and here's a grandma's room. 9 light switches, and 1, 2, 3, 4 outlets. The other thing I did is, I just had plywood up over my door openings for the French doors and the front door. So I took some of that blue styrofoam that was in the original house. I had saved it, and what I did is I put it over the plywood that was covering our openings from the outside. So under this is some plastic, and then a void, and then the plywood. So it's not pretty, but it will help on the insulation. I got down here about 9 o'clock. We had a showing at the other house. It was a dud. Here's the, oh, I can't. I got all the power off because I was working on that. Down here, Linda came and we did the veneer on the last stile. Now remember, a stile is the up and down piece from floor to ceiling on your door. And there it is. It's sandwiched in here. So this is what I call my gluing press. And then I've got my core and a cherry. And then this is pine, because that'll get painted. That's on the outside, south side. So it takes a bit of thought and work to get one of those glued up. The other thing I did today is I just took a piece of pine that was in that pile. You see, these are split. I wouldn't use that on my for my cores. These would be, the pine is going to be for the interior doors. But what I'll do is when I glue up, I put the furniture polish on it, just regular old paste wax. And what I'm going to do is for these big kick plates on the bottom of the French doors, I gotta have them be about 14.5 inches. And so I'm going to take these, which would be about 50, and I'll cut them in half, and then I'll make them a 1/4 inch thick, and by running them through the planer, and then I'll joint the edges, which is flatten them so that they're nice and smooth and straight, and I'll put 2 pieces of this edge to edge, and then what I'll do is take some blue painter's tape right there, and I will put it on the seam of these 2 pieces of 1/4 inch cherry or 1/4 inch pine, and then I'll turn it over and open it up so that I can put glue on 2 edges, and then I'll close it up, and what I'll do is put this where that seam is, not on the painter tape side, but on the other side. Now, when this furniture polish dries, that glue will not stick to that. And so what I'll do is I'll put that over that seam, and I'll put a couple of boards on either edge of the edges, and then I'll put some clamping pressure on it. But this will, over that seam, make sure that I get a nice, even glue joint. Now here, I have 2 boards that I glued up about a week and a half ago. With the idea. But you see here, I'm a little bit off over here. I look pretty good, but I want to get this so that I don't have to have an edge that's that proud. So we now have 16 styles glued, and here they are. There's 7 in this pile, 8 in that pile. So we have them all glued. I'll take that one that we just had in the workshop. I'll let that cook until Monday morning, and then I'll put it on this stack. And hopefully tomorrow I can glue some of those wider veneers for the kick plates. And then I could actually start gluing onto those. So here's 4 kick plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm ready, like I say, to put my cherry veneers on. I'm getting tired. I've got a lot of clamps. I mean, in addition to the ones that you saw on that door, which is probably 14, I have these, and then of course I have all these pipe clamps. So you know, I'll do a lot of gluing out here from now on. So I just put that 2x4 up, a little bit of organization. You know, my friend Pete was here for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And he's the brains behind the tile layout that we have. This is going into the mud room. It obviously needs to be wiped down some more. But it's I look at this and it's with that border, it's like a sidewalk going in. Now I got to put some boards around here to protect my edges. But here's the mud room, and there's nothing back there because we'll ultimately have a cabinet there. But boy, he did a nice job on that. And then Linda and I laid out this room, which is the laundry room, and we put a border on over there, but here we laid it out so we had full tiles by the door, and then there we had a the partials. But this is what they call, I think, linen or burlap. And then, so how the hell did that work? I think Pete laid all of these, and then he and Linda worked on the grouting, and he showed us how to grout. Linda does that type of work because I can't get on my knees without some pain. This is our bathroom. That will all get subway tile. And then of course we have to do our floor. Here is our entryway, and that will all get tile like that slate over there. Now, one thing that we're going to be doing, oh, I gotta go. It's 12 minutes already on this.